Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we're doing a team review. Now, it's not like an ordinary team review, it's like a proper team review where we go through like a couple good teams we've got here. So I think we should get started, but before we get started, obviously, if you haven't subscribed, sub now, because we're literally I think we're like 4 subs off 40 and it could be possible. Look. Oh, we're 37. I didn't even realize. Also, I need to tell you something about last week's Game Week 31 video. I don't know what happened to it, but I don't know why, but it got deleted for some reason, so I had to postpone it, right? And just delete the whole video. It just had an error. I promise this won't happen again, and we'll be back to the regular predictions every week. So yeah, and you can tell the last time I uploaded was 4 weeks because I've had an error with YouTube. I don't know how to explain it to you, but I think that's enough talking. Also, you can join the Discord. Link will be in the description so you can join it. Anyway, let's get started. So we've got my friend AM Snow's team, right? So if you take a look at this team, it's worth 1.8 mil. Improvements wise, I'd say, to be honest, Klosterman in April is a bit questionable, but if he does the job, then fair play. But maybe instead of Klosterman, Bundesliga-wise, you definitely need a Bundesliga centre-back. So with the budget he told me he's got at least 50k. So if you were to look for improvements, I understand why he likes Klosterman so much because he's got that good pace. But with 50k, you can buy Hintrigger, who actually looks like a sick headliner's card, or you could save up for Upamecano. There's obviously Saint Juste, but he's like 336k, so I doubt he'll be able to complete him. Plus, he expired, I'm not sure, I have no clue. But there are other options, so if I were you, I'd stick a Hintrigger there, and then Bruno Perez, I understand he gets that link to El Shaarawy, but I understand he told me that he's a concept player and he might get him, but if you don't want him, an icon right back is kind of what you'd be looking for, but looking at the prices of lots of icon right backs, I'm not too sure you'd be after one of them. So the cheapest solution probably is a Serie A right back, but there aren't any good ones really to take. I mean, if you keep on going, right? Also, he did mention that he plays Tavernier in game, which I understand because obviously he's like a mullet in defense, if that's a word, obviously. So that's what the team would look like in game. I'm not sure what he does play in game. Maybe he might switch formation. I'm gonna have a guess, right? And say he plays 3-back, right? He could be playing 3-back because really, when you look at the attack, he can play 3-back because, okay, let's just go on to this, right? Right, and then we do that, right? I think he might play Otavio centre-back, I'm not sure. St. Maximin is a left mid, so I understand if he plays him there. You can do some, to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what else you can do. I mean, Neres at cam is good, but I don't know if El Shaarawy at cam would be better. Looking at defensively, I think El Shaarawy tops Neres, even though Neres has 79 physical and Shaarawy has 65. I'm not sure. He could not even be playing a 3-back. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna have a guess right and say it's 3-back. If it's not a 3-back, that's good for you. Anyway, let's just go back to here and sort out the original team. Oh god. Alright, and then we just switch them around. Alright, so that's what the original team looks like in-game. I mean, remember I told you before, Bruno Perez just plays there so he can get that link to El Shaarawy. I'm not sure how you can get full chem though, because if I did that and brought Perez back into the team, right? It would be 99, I think. I don't think he has loyalty on Bruno Perez, so I'm just going to take it he doesn't. But that's currently how much chem he has. So if you really want full chem, I would say that like the next move is save up for an icon right back. Like there aren't any good ones. Like I'm horrible at suggesting ideas for you, but I'm just gonna say Puyol there does the job as well. Even though Sharawi will be on 4 chem, we don't like that. So if I were you, I'd stick it. I would keep it like what it is, but obviously Klosterman in April is kind of questionable. But again, if he does the job, he does the job. But if I were you, I'd probably get Hintrigger, because overall, defensively, if you were to compare them, so if we go back, and let's just see their defensive stats. Now, obviously, Hintrigger might top Klosterman and more of them, because obviously he's higher rated, but still, let's find out. So, 82 defending, I think Hintrigger has more. Yeah, he's got 88 defending and 89 physical. Klosterman's kind of weak, I'd say. I don't know. He feels a bit clunky, but he's a good centre back, so you can't deny that. Then if you pace wise, I think Klosterman's better. But like if you put a shadow on Hintrigger, he'll have 89 pace, which, well, it's not the best, because either way, if you put a shadow on Klosterman, he has 94 pace, so it won't make much of a difference. But either way, it's your choice. If I were you, I'd probably put Hintrigger centre back, because, well, I just don't know. Maybe defensively he's probably better, and he's really close to Hullet Gang, so yeah. And then, so that's the first team, right? I don't know what to say about this, honestly. You know what? I'm gonna be nice, right? And I'm not gonna be harsh, and I'm gonna start off strong, and I'm gonna go for Snows, I'm gonna go for a solid 9.5. Honestly, if you had Hintrigger or like a better defensively wise centre back, then maybe you'd have a 9.7 or something. But I'm gonna start very strong and go for a 9.5. Next, we've got my boy Victor, who's got a really nice looking team. It's better than mine. And I'm serious, really. I am serious. So, yeah, I can already see a bit of improvements, really. There's no, like, perfect links. That would be sad. No, that would be good if there were perfect links, but never mind. So, you've got, well, I kind of see already 3 improvements, and don't blame me, but I kind of feel like you should improve on these. So, he's got Kevin Trapp in goals, which I think he's an alright keeper, but him in April is really questionable. Now, you might be thinking that because we're in April and we're only like a couple months away from FIFA 22, but still, like, Kevin Trapp in April is questionable, but again, as I say it again, if he does the job, he does the job. We move. So that is probably the only downside. But then you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 more improvements. But I like the back line. It's fast. Now, I'm going to talk about this Acuna because, you know, I tried him out in gameplay, right? And he feels really clunky. And I need to and I'm not sure why. But if you guys know, please tell me in the comments. But he feels so clunky. I can't imagine how clunky he feels. What's his balance and agility? Maybe that'll tell us how much balance and agility he's got. Okay, he's got 65 jumping. That's a downside. What's his... Okay, he's got 84 agility. 92 balance. Now, I don't want to scam out EA or something, but that 92 balance doesn't feel like 92 balance. And I don't know if Victor, or whatever his proper name is, will agree with me, but if you do feel like he's clunky, I understand that as well, because whenever I try to get him on the ball, he doesn't feel exactly like 92 agility. He feels like a player, right, who's all around the ball, but whenever he passes it, his physical and all that, he feels really clunky for those type of reasons. And he's my type of DM, and when you're a DM, you need those defensive stats. You need to be a bit physical, because you're like protecting the centre backs. So if you do think Acuna's clunky, there are other La Liga left back options, but I have heard that this Acuna, the Showdown Acuna, which was like 3 months ago, or 4 possibly, was way better, because if you compare it, 91 pace, and EA have gifted him 80 pace on his team of the week. Now, I get it because it's a lower rated version, but you can't give him 80 pace. He's good at tracking back though, I have to say that. And for a left back, right, whose best stat is dribbling, I don't find that a surprise because I have watched him play in the La Liga once or twice, and FIFA is different. Like, I just don't know why. I just have a feeling he's really clunky. So if he is clunky, then I don't know what to do. There are other options, but like if you go to left back, and then he'll probably want a La Liga left back, so we'll just search that. Then the options, they're not too good, but they're not too bad either. Like you've got like what, Freeze Torreira, you've got what is that? Future Stars Estupinan. So you've even got Yuri Berchiche, whatever it is, that's what people say it. I think, wouldn't he get it? Yeah, I think he's like 115k, and Victor's budget is 4k at the moment. If he gets rewards, he'll probably have more. But still, La Liga centre backs, and they're not really good ones. If you want, you could probably even get Gold Mendy. He did the job, but for me, La Liga left back wise, 85 Acuna feels clunky, but for you, he might do the job. For me, I've not seen enough of him to make me feel he's not clunky, so I'd stay with Acuna probably. But if you don't want him, I don't know what to say really. The options for La Liga left backs, they're really good, but there's too many to choose from. Like, you've got Torreira, you've got Estupinan, you've got Birthday Mendy, which you can't afford at the moment. You've got Yuri Berchiche, and etc. You've even got 87 man of the match David Alaba, which wouldn't be a bad card in all honesty to use. But for me, if I were you, right, I'd probably go for I'd say lots of people don't like Estupinan, and I'm gonna show you why I like him so much. The stats, the defensive awareness, right? He's got good defensive stats. I really like that, because if he can play a DM in game, it'll be good, because those defensive stats, right, they're really key for DMs. So if he does want to get Estupinan, he can play him DM, which makes sense to me. Then we move on to the other four. You've got, now, the problem here, right? You're using Fernando in April, right? And I understand why, but because there's no options Brazilian-wise from the Prem or La Liga, whatever. So, now that right there, right? And probably I'd say like an icon cam is where you could go with this, right? And I'll tell you why, because really you don't have any good. So if I were to show you, right, the options you have, right? If you were to search up Brazil, right, and then you go all the way here, and then you go here. Look. And I understand why he's chosen Fernando. Look, there aren't any other options. Plus, if you were to go for his team of the week, it's 89k. And I'm not sure he'll be getting that anytime soon. Plus, so if I were you, right, get an icon. Save up for an icon, right? I told you, I'm not the best at suggestions. But save up for like a bit of a cheap icon that's overpowered. Suggestions-wise, I wouldn't go too crazy with the coins. There aren't exactly the best icon midfielders, but there are some OP ones. But for you, my friend, it's kind of a tough choice, isn't it? Like, the cheapest ones, obviously, like Zola and etc. But, like, I don't know if you'd want them exactly. Because if I knew what you want in advance, it'd make this a lot more easier. But I'm just going to tell you from my point of view. If you really want a cheap icon, like, that's 100, 200k. Now, people might hate me for this, but I really like Riquelme in this game. He actually looks not bad. And I don't understand why. But you know what? I'm going to choose the man from Argentina, the man, a centre mid or a cam, and his name begins with V. Veron. Now, I understand why you might not do this, but hear me out. Veron is really good defensively. He can play that box to box, which is interesting for some midfielders, and he can pretty much be like a defensive mid, an attacking mid, or etc. The other option I'd say is Balak. Now, his base, I understand. You might not listen to me at all, and I understand why. But his base doesn't look bad, because if you wanted to save up for so long, right, and you wanted an icon cam, I'd probably say Veron or Balak, and I'm not sure why. I would just recommend one of them, to be honest. You've also got like Gattuso, but not many people like him in this game, which is reasonable. You've also got like Rui Costa and Deco. If you want this, like, say your cam, right? You want him to be attacking, because your other midfielders, right? They're kind of more, one's defensive, one's attacking. Well, obviously it's going to change in game probably, but attackingly, honestly, Veron would probably be the move. I'd say Veron. But what was the other option I said? I completely forgot. The other option was like a Balak. Yeah, it was Balak. Now, you probably won't listen to me, but if you do, those are my two suggestions for like low budget, good icons. Like, they're not worse, but they're actually good. So if you wanted to do that, you can do that. But if you want to go like high in the money and you can save up for a bit longer, probably get, not Soccer, maybe Xavi. I'm not too sure. Xavi looks alright. Seedorf looks not bad. You can get Seedorf's base, but I'm not too sure how much he is. Oh, he's that much. So probably don't go for him. Hadji would be an option. I don't know why we're talking about base icons, but it's just because of his budget, so I'm trying to make it a bit more easier for him. So, yeah, it's probably between them. But obviously, between Balak and Veron, I'd probably say Balak, because he looks a bit better. He's probably a bit better attackingly and defensively, in my opinion, So that's why I'd probably say Balak is better. Well, it's my opinion, but you guys might have different opinions, so we're not going to take that too far. So, either way, I'll just stick in Balak. I'll stick Balak in, right? And you can play him like that. And then if you get loyalty on him, you'll get 100 chem, or you just convert Rainier. So, for this team, I'm sorry, but like, you've got like Rafinha and Mukiele, which are really questionable. I understand why you do them, because you've got a low budget, but if you really want a Bundesliga right back, now if you were to go over to right backs, as I said before, both teams are struggling for right backs, but obviously, Snows brings on Tavernier in games, so I understand that. But for you, Bundesliga right backs wise, they're not the best options, really. So if you did that Bender, you'd be really benefited. But I don't know why, but that Kadabarek card actually looks not bad. Like, his physical, his pace is decent. But if you really want like a right back who can also play DM in game, Kabarek can do that. Pavard, his pace is the problem. Like 74 pace for a right back is honestly horrible. So I understand if you don't choose Team of the Week Pavard. You've got Leimer. You could save up for Konrad Leimer. He also gets the strong link to Klosterman, which is good. But yeah, I'm sorry, but Victor, for you, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to give you an 8. That is kind of questionable, and I understand why you might be fuming about that. It's just that, like, the improvements need to be made. And we also, I forgot, we need to talk about the goalkeeper. Obviously, I think this is kind of an easy decision to make for the goalkeeper. You can obviously just get there are tons of Bundesliga goalkeeper options. You've got this, I've heard good things about this Gakia Wicks, however you pronounce his name. If you're Polish, you might know him. If you are Polish, you can tell me in the comments if you want to. But so, you've got tons of Bundesliga goalkeeper options. If you don't want to go too spicy on the money, you can go for headliners or a Decky, who actually doesn't look bad. But we forgot Kerrer. gets that German link. So we need like a German goalkeeper, obviously. So I guess it's kind of obvious. Neuer's probably the best option and the only good German goalkeeper apart from Trapp. And I understand why you choose Trapp for the chemistry, but if you really want to upgrade, you have to get Neuer. You can get Neuer in there. He'll probably be a bit better for you. So I'm sorry about the 8. To be honest, I'm actually going to change that to an 8.5. So that is the video there. If you have enjoyed the video, please smash the thumbs up. And we'll reach what? Let's try and get 9 or 10 likes, right? So if you did enjoy the video, please smash the thumbs up once again. And yeah, if you want to join the Discord, right? Link will be in the description. And if you do join the Discord, you'll get certain perks. And also, if you're a tier 2 All-Stars member, you'll be able to send your team in so I can review it. Remember, link in the description so you can join the Discord. And don't forget, sub to the channel if you're new, right? So I'll see you next time. Peace.